So this is a look at the OnePlus 6T, the latest device from OnePlus, and I've had this phone probably for, I don't know, a month now, a month and a couple weeks, and I just wanted to give my thoughts. So this is a really good phone. I'm just gonna say that. It's an amazing phone. 550 bucks. You are really getting a good deal here. Specs are amazing, just as good as a $1,000 phone, an $800 phone. It's got the 845 Adreno, your normal Adreno GPU. It's got 6 gigs and 128 gigabytes of storage. That's the base model. That's new from the OnePlus 6T, which used to be the base storage used to be 64. Now it's 128. That's definitely nice. I'm never going to use that much storage, but it's definitely nice to have. This is the mirror black. They had this on the previous device, the 6. And the differences, I will go over some more differences of the 6 here. Bigger battery. This has a 3,700 milliamp hour battery instead of a 3,300, I do believe. Like I said, the storage, the new fingerprint scanner, and the teardrop notch, which is very nice. And a slightly smaller chin, very, very slightly, but if you compare them side by side, it's there. Now, okay, let's just start with this fingerprint sensor here. Was this necessary? No. Is it cool? Yes. I do like that with a case on, the phone looks a lot nicer without the hole in the back of the case. But I think I still would have rather had a physical fingerprint sensor, because it's cool, it's nice, but it's basically as fast. It's just not as accurate. And see, that took kind of long, and a lot of times it will misread. But I mean, it's okay. It's okay, Another thing I wanted to mention that I don't think people get enough credit for is this speaker down here. It's one speaker, it's mono, there's no dual speakers, and yes, it is on the bottom, but it gets really loud and it sounds really nice. That's a different from the 6. The 6 had a worse speaker, and that was one of the reasons why they removed the headphone jack, is because they put a bigger, nicer speaker in here, the bigger battery, and the in-screen fingerprint sensor. A lot of people don't give that speaker enough credit. It's good, but it's on the bottom, like I said, so, but I still think it's very good. And the only thing else that has changed is the mute switch, or the power button. I don't know. I think it was the power button. It kind of shifted down a little bit. That is about it. There's no other differences between the 6 and the 6T. This version is the 6 gigabytes, 128 gigabytes of storage, and it performs insanely good. Insanely good, really does. Apps open fast, multitasking is great. PUBG, I can run at 60 FPS solid, and man, that is just a joy to play. Very, very good performance. The cameras are below, your latest Samsungs and iPhones and Pixels, especially the Pixel. But it's still really good. It's definitely a good camera. And the app is very nice. You got all your options, your slow-mos, and this can actually record 4K 60, which is a nice feature. The second lens on the back here is just for, extra sharpness and like bokeh effects or whatever, blurry backgrounds. I will say and recommend the Google Camera app does make the photos sharper, and a lot of times the HDR is better on the Google Camera app, and the night mode is just miles better than OnePlus's night mode on their camera app. So definitely would recommend that. That's really simple to install. It's just this APK. So definitely do that. Front camera it's a front camera. I don't use it, but it's there, and the quality seems fine. But the bigger thing, reason why it's there, that I like it, is for face unlock. Face unlock is very fast. And I've started using that a lot more, because sometimes the fingerprint sensor is, like I said, it's not always extremely accurate. Face unlock, it's insanely fast. Battery life is also an extreme strong suit of this phone. I think my record's been 8 hours of screen on time, and I had like 10% left, so I could have probably gone another half an hour. The extra 300 milliamp hours, I think, that they added on the 6T here definitely makes a huge difference between Oxygen OS and just the big battery. Just insane battery life. This phone changed the way I charge and use my phone. Because dash charge is so fast, and it literally, like it says, like the branding says, it can go from 0 to 60 in 30 minutes. It changed the way I like charge and use my phone. So I get home at like 3:10, 3:30, 3:10. My phone's usually close to being dead or something, and then I plug it in for like 20-30 minutes. I unplug it, it's at 80%, and then I don't plug it in until the next day at the same time. It's really good. It's very good. Just astonished by how much it's made me change the way I use my phone, this dash charge, plus the big battery. The screen is great. I would rather have a 1080p screen instead of a 1440p screen, just because of the battery savings. Yeah, sure, it's a bit sharper, but like in most situations you can't really tell, and it's just an all-around great panel. Like it's an OLED, so obviously you have a lot of deep blacks and stuff, and the colors are nice, and you get all the battery savings out of it. So screen is very good. Oxygen OS, I'm sure you've heard this before, but it's great. You got the full dark mode, you got these gestures that you've seen me using, and I've used these since day one, and I do like the extra real estate that it gives you. They're simple. You know, you just go like this to multitask, swipe up like that to go into your recent apps, and then you just swipe down to go home, and then you go, or I should show this as well, and then you swipe either from the left or from the right to go back, and that gesture also works very well. It's very good at detecting when you want to go back and when you don't, when you're just, scrolling down. Very good. There's no headphone jack, unfortunately. Down here, there's nothing except a speaker grill and a microphone and a charging port. So it's unfortunate. They do obviously include a dongle in the box, unlike Apple. I ordered some of the Bullets USB-C headphones, so hopefully those are good. The dongle is pretty good quality that comes out of the box. And honestly, like the charging while listening to music thing, this phone charges so fast that's not really an issue anymore. So I give them a pass, and the reasoning why they said they took out the headphone jack was because the better speaker, this is a way better speaker than the 6, the better, the in-screen fingerprint sensor, and the bigger battery. That was the reasoning for taking the headphone jack. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'll give him a pass. And, you know, the battery life gains are definitely worth it. And the speaker is very nice as well. So, you know, at least they didn't just remove it just to remove it. They actually put more into the phone. So I'll give them a pass on that. Overall, this phone is extremely good. It's a great buy. But at this point, the 7 is probably like 3 or 4 months away. So wait for that. Who knows? Apparently my prediction is they're gonna have like this sliding thing where, you know, you slide up and then it kind of, that's how you use your front-facing camera. So I guess wait for that. But if you can find this used or something or on a deal, I would really recommend it because it's great. Or what you could do is wait for the 7 to come out and wait for them to knock, I don't know how much they knock off the price of the previous phone, but knock like, I don't know, 50, 70 bucks off of the 6T, because the 6T gets cheaper when a new OnePlus is out. So you could do that. Overall, like I said, very good phone, solid performance, solid everything. It's great. Really glad I decided to buy this. So yeah.